You're about to watch a Trains Newswire video. If you enjoy what you see, consider watching some of our other full-length videos. Selling Sunshine, the Florida Trains. Locomotive 2017, a video companion to our best-selling annual issue. Big Steam is back. All of these and more are available from our website, kalmbachhobbystore.com. Good morning, Trains Nation. Today is Friday, October 27th, 2017. It's Kalmbach Day. For those of you who know, it's 1027. So we're so glad you could join us for another episode of Trains Newswire Roundup. I'm Steve Sweeney.
Hi, I'm Jim Wrinn, and we should explain to you, if you don't know what Kalmbach Day is, 1027 was the old street address for Kalmbach Publishing and Trains and Model Railroader for years and years and years. And then there was a big fascination with that number, you know, locomotives, cars, whatever, trains that were in that number. And actually, when we moved out to the suburbs about 25 years ago,
we are at 1027.
Correct. So it just never goes away. But anyway, happy Kalmbach Day. Also my 13th anniversary here at Trains.
All right.
So, lucky 13.
Lucky 13. So, well, that's good. Well, Jim, I didn't count the Newswire stories this week, but I know we got at least 5 or 6 videos out there, which is pretty good. We got some exclusives. We got a lot of coverage on CSX Transportation, on GE, on Canadian National, Union Pacific, and Norfolk Southern. So railroads that all had some interesting financial news.
Everybody's got a dog in this fight.
Everyone does. Everyone does.
Everyone.
So, you know, let's just start off with CSX, because we did it last week. This week we'll do it first. So Hunter Harrison basically got rid of 3 top executives this week: Cindy Sanborn, Frederick Eliason, and Ellen Fitzsimmons, the operating, marketing, and legal team. And we have a historian and scholar on Newswire this week saying that that's the first time in history that he can think of that happening to a railroad.
Wow. Well, you know, whenever a new administration comes into a company, there's always a move afoot to put in their administration, and usually it happens more gradually, you know, as attrition happens. But this one was, of course, a big shock, a big surprise, and of course, all 3 of those folks are veteran CSX folks. They know a lot about the DNA of that company.
Yes, they do.
And that's a gamble. That's a gamble. You know, you want to have your team in there, but that's going to be a gamble.
Well, and speaking of Foote, you said move is afoot.
Yes.
James Foote, F-O-O-T-E, is now the new Chief Operating Officer and Chief Marketing Person at CSX, and he'll be taking over as of November 15th. He's an old CN guy.
Right.
He was with CN until about 2009, and actually an old Chicago Northwestern guy. Apparently has a little bit of operating experience, but a lot of marketing sales experience in the Midwest.
Right.
So interesting to see what he's going to do. Apparently he's an old precision scheduled railroading guru.
And it'll be interesting to see what sort of exit contracts those top folks at CSX, especially Eliason and Sanborn, have, because they're still in the prime of their careers.
Yes.
So look for them elsewhere.
Yes, coming to a railroad near you.
I don't know when. Like I said, they may have a non-compete clause in there for a while, but at some point.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then, to be fair to CSX, they had 2 little minor things that are kind of interesting. One of their managers got an environmental award from Association of American Railroads, so kudos to that person.
Good deal.
And apparently CSX is going to allow a Christmas train out of Huntington, West Virginia this year.
Yeah.
Just one weekend, like one day. Check Newswire for that. It's like a 20-mile round trip. It looks pretty cool. If you're in the area and you can go, see if you can get tickets. So that's interesting. The other big news this week, now it's more rumor and speculation, but because the Wall Street Journal reported it, so can we. And that is GE executives may or may not be looking to sell GE Transportation.
The company has said it's going to shed a lot of marginally profitable businesses that it owns. Of course, locomotive manufacturing is in the tank right now. Might be a company that they want to shed.
Yeah.
So big surprise there, though, but because they've been in the business for a long time.
Well, actually, since
and done very well.
Over time, you know, well, I mean,
done very well. They have the market share.
A lot of people think of Erie built locomotives as, you know, the be-all, end-all of locomotives, but that's actually GE's second location, second or third location for building electric or diesel electric locomotives, and they were in Schenectady before that, and New Jersey before that. So, to be in one place for 100 years and then just get out of the business, it's like, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to be following that. If we hear something more, or if something else comes out on the wires, we're going to report that right away to all of you. CN, I actually printed out the entire story that we had this week on Canadian National. I was talking with Bill Stevens, who reported on this, and he said that it's just such a big deal. CN, Canadian National, posted double-digit revenue and traffic growth numbers for the third quarter.
Good for them.
Good for them. They still have an operating ratio in the low 50s. And they're actually building some bypasses and some new, tracks and yard sidings to increase capacity because they have more traffic than they know what to do with.
Wow.
So
well, I know.
huge.
Of course, they're in our backyard. The Chicago to Prince Rupert intermodal route is in our backyard here, and we see them a lot. And they're always busy.
They are always busy.
The sidings are always full. There's always a meet going on. There's always trains out there.
Yeah. Who would have thought that the best in railroading would come from the CN in Wisconsin?
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
It's sort of awkward.
It is awkward.
Like, but good. I mean, it's good, but awkward.
Yeah.
Just, to say,
Keep doing it, guys.
Yeah. So good for you. So Jim, I've been hogging the conversation. What's piqued your interest so far this week?
NS had their quarterly report. They had a record low operating ratio at 65%. Good for them. They're making a lot of progress there with Jim Squires and his crew. And we talked about CSX and G. Those were the top stories on my radar.
Traffic this week. I know you love to talk about the traffic reports. Carload traffic was up just slightly at this time from this time last year by like 0.2%, but intermodal traffic was up more than 5% across the nation. That's huge.
It's doing well.
That's doing very well, so that's pretty big. One thing too I wanted to say, congratulations to our friends in Australia. Last Sunday, I didn't catch this in time to preview it, but last Sunday they celebrated their Golden Spike event, 100 years of the Transcon across Australia.
Nice.
So congratulations to you guys.
Nice.
Very, very well done. Very well done. They had some celebrations, a little bit more subdued than I think we would have done it, but.
Oh, I don't know. They're Australians. They know how to play.
That's true. No, that's good. So friends, we got all those stories. We got all those stories and more on Trains Newswire. If you see stories happening, if you have tips that you'd like to send us, if you have video clips that you'd like us to review and possibly share with the rest of the Trains audience, send those links to newswire@trainsmag.com. That's our email address for Newswire, newswire@trainsmag.com, and I'll be sure to see it. So Jim, for everyone at Trains, have a great weekend.
Take care, everyone.